currently, the US President Donald Trump, he is taking his words into effect because just yesterday dawn, it was reported and it's now confirmed that Nigeria has successfully, or the US military under the direction of the US President Donald Trump, have successfully bombed certain militants in the northern part of Nigeria. Now, this came as a shock to many, but to some of us, it wasn't a shock at all. Because recall, U.S. President Donald Trump have been warning of these days, especially when he claims, or when he's of that session, that most Christians in Nigeria are under persecution, which of course many people have debunked this as false. Because to some and to many in Nigeria, the people under persecution is irrespective of religion, Christians, Muslims, and even traditionally. So if Trump wants to save people, he should save all humanity instead of just Christians. But regardless, yesterday, these particular attacks were coordinated, and then we are learning that it was successful. Now, there are a whole lot of things which are arising from this particular strike that US President Donald Trump ordered, or perhaps he, together with his Department of War, which is led by Pinaxtv, ordered on some group of people in northern Nigeria. But then let's take a look at this particular video, how the video was actually, or how this particular breaking news was announced in the US and subsequently in Nigeria, and the whole world is actually reacting to this.
Moments ago, President Trump announcing a powerful strike against the Islamic State in Nigeria. Let's go back to Madison Scarpino live in West Palm Beach with the breaking details. Madison?
Yeah, Mike, President Trump says that strike was deadly, and he says it's because they've been targeting and viciously killing primarily Christians. Now, he just made the announcement on Truth Social saying in part, quote, "I have previously warned these terrorists that if they did not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there would be hell to pay." And tonight there was. The Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes, as only the United States is capable of doing. Under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. May God bless our military, and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if their slaughter of Christians continues.
So this was exactly what how the US media reported this. But then there are questions, because people are asking, how was this attack? How come this attack came on? And how come that most Nigerians are oblivious of the fact that this was even going to happen? I know that this is a top secret mission and it's not supposed to be in the media space. But many people within the Nigerian government are asking questions, and many people believe that they don't know exactly what really happened, or they were not given a heads up. Now, we will leave that to the dust, but then let's take a look at this, because the questions which are arising now is, was Nigeria, or is the Nigerian government aware of these strikes? And this is where United US Africa Command, which is known as AFRICOM, came in. So they posted this on social media. This is a verified government page. They said, as at the direction of the President of the United States and the Secretary of War, and in coordination with Nigerian authorities, US Africa Command conducted strikes against ISIS terrorists in Nigeria on December 25, 2025 in Sokoto State. So now, according to the US African Command, which is known as AFRICOM, they are saying that indeed this was a coordinated effort which was orchestrated or perhaps ordered by the President of the United States, US President Donald Trump, on Christmas Day, the 25th of December 2025. Now, these particular strikes happened in Sokoto State. So this is where the Department of War, which is led by Peter, said they came in. It says here, tonight at my direction as Commander-in-Chief, the United States launched a powerful and deadly strike against ISIS terrorist camp in the northwest Nigeria, who have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians at levels not seen for many years and even centuries. I've previously warned these terrorists that if they do not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there will be hell to pay. And tonight, the Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes, as only the United States is capable of doing. Under my leadership, our president will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. May God bless our military, and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, which there will be many more. So this was the words of basically protests it. And in there you could see at a point he even said that they work closely with the Nigerian government, and then he even thanked the Nigerian government for their cooperation on this particular matter. But then regardless, many people are asking, and there are a lot of questions out there that still the whole thing is not really clear, because many people are questioning, many people have a lot of questions. Now, before we go on to the lot of questions, the Nigerian government is also responding in kind. That's the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They brought out a lengthy press statement, as you can see here on the screens, and it says Nigeria, United States Security Cooperation and Intelligence Cooperation hits terrorist targets in Nigeria. So now, according to this particular memo or this particular press release came out, they are saying that it was a coordinated attack between the Nigerian government and also the United States of America. Regardless, the Western media is asking a lot of questions. Now, we'll be taking a look at this particular video. This particular video happened to be when one Nigerian pundit was asked on Al Jazeera what he thinks about these particular strikes which came on, and even the independent security of ECOWAS and even Nigeria, is it at stake? And this was exactly what he said. So we'll take a look at this particular critical video where this particular Nigerian man shared his vision on what is really going on and even what is yet to come.
Let's speak some more about this now to Bulama Bukarti, who's a peace and conflict analyst and human rights lawyer, joining us from London. Thank you for your time. Let's start with this latest operation, the unprecedented airstrikes by the U.S. on Nigerian territory. We have the Nigerian government, Bulama, describing this as a joint operation, but the statement the foreign minister released is somewhat vague. What does coordination typically mean in such an operation? Is it shared intelligence, joint targeting, or just merely consent by the Nigerians?
I mean, you are right. The Nigerian government said it was with its consent and cooperation that these strikes took place, but the statement doesn't go into details, and statements don't go into details in these kinds of environment. What I hope had happened was the U.S. government working closely with the Nigerian government in terms of the intelligence, in terms of deciding the precise location of targeting, and also in launching the strikes. We have always maintained that there has been, or there is still, a problem in Nigeria, and U.S. and other international partners can assist, but it has to be with the full consent and the knowledge and the involvement of the Nigerian government. And I am happy to see that Donald Trump listened.
Do you think in this case there was full consent, or were the Nigerians perhaps only partially informed about the timing or scale of these U.S. strikes?
To be honest, I don't know what might have happened, but if you remember, in November, Donald Trump was hinting unilateral military action in Nigeria. And at the time, we warned that that was going to be counterproductive and is going to complicate issues on the ground. I am happy to see that he has listened. If you see, the timing of the Nigerian government statement was immediately after the strike, which indicates that the Nigerian government was aware. And I think the most important thing is Nigeria's sovereignty is respected,
right, and
that intelligence is obtained on the ground, and anything that is done with the consent and the cooperation of the Nigerian government. And that, I think that might be what has happened in this case.
If Nigeria provided intelligence, as they say, why avoid clearly naming ISIL in the official statement like the Americans are doing?
I think it is because the Nigerian government is aware that there are no significant ISIS presence. There is no significant ISIS presence in that part of Nigeria. In the northwest, what we have are criminal gangs, locally called bandits, and a recently popular group called the Lakurawa. The Lakurawa are a group of fighters who started crossing into Nigeria in 2018 from the Sahel. But over the past 18 months to 2 years, they have established camps in Sokoto State and Kebbi State in particular. And these strikes took place in Sokoto State. And I think what might have happened was that the U.S. government targeted the Lakurawa camps, and that is what they are calling ISIS, maybe for their American audience. But the Nigerian government knows that there is no clear evidence linking the Lakurawa with ISIS. They may be linked to ISIS, they may be linked to Al-Qaeda. Nobody knows. But ISIS presence significantly or mainly is in northeastern Nigeria, And I think if the Americans were targeting ISIS, they should have targeted the Zambeza forest and the Lake Chad region where ISIS is establishing courts and administering territories and also implementing its wrapped interpretation of Islamic teachings in that part of Nigeria. That is where we should have.
Yeah, very interesting. This is very interesting and important what you're telling us there. In terms of who is being targeted in these attacks by the bandits, what do we know? Because the Americans claim they went in to protect Christians in Nigeria. Do we know for a fact that Christians are being targeted more so than other religious groups or other ethnic groups in Nigeria?
I mean, this Christian genocide or persecution narrative is a fundamental misrepresentation of the reality on the ground. For example, in Sokoto State, where we are talking about 80 to 90% of the population is Muslim. And when these attacks happen, they happen in the form of suicide attacks on markets, on bus garages, where they do not discriminate between Muslims and Christians. And the Nigerian government is very clear. The Nigerian people are very clear. Any step or any effort to help save the lives of civilians, Muslims and Christians in Nigeria is welcomed. This framing is wrong, but the action itself is right. We need help. We need the Nigerian government to work with international partners to help Nigerians to save the life of Nigerian civilians, Muslims and Christians. And therefore, we don't see any of this effort as an effort to protect a specific religious faith. It is an effort to protect the whole of Nigeria, the whole of Nigerians, and every Nigerian has a right to live and to practice their faith and to go about their ordinary activities of life without attacks.
Okay, so that's exactly what really happened. Now, one of the things which is also going on is the question as to whether Nigeria was fully aware of these strikes, which the US have said are coordinated. So, U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth actually posted this, as you can see on yours. He said the president was clear last month the killing of innocent Christians in Nigeria and elsewhere must end. The Department of War is always ready. So ISIS found out tonight. On Christmas, more to come. Grateful for Nigerian government support and cooperation. Merry Christmas. So clearly here, the Secretary of War Pete Hegseth is basically saying that these strikes came at a crucial time because they cooperated and coordinated with the Nigerian government. And furthermore, the US President Donald Trump also posted this. In fact, he was the first person to post this particular attacks update of this particular attack on his Truth Social, and he posted this, as you can see on the screens. He says strike against ISIS terrorists. Tonight, at my direction as Commander-in-Chief, the United States launched a powerful and deadly strike against ISIS terrorist camp in northwest Nigeria, who have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians at levels not seen many years and even centuries. I have previously warned these terrorists that if they do not stop the slaughtering of Christians, they'll be held to pay, and tonight there was. The Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes as only the United States is capable of doing. Under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorists to prosper. May God bless our military, and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if the slaughter of Christians continues. Donald Trump, President of the United States of America. So Trump actually posted this, as you can see on the screens, and according to him, these attacks came at his direction, and also the Nigerian governments have also warned that in as much as this the person who kind of authorized these particular strikes is Donald Trump, they also coordinated in kind. Now, let's put this on the screens before we jump on to other matters here. As I was telling you, the Nigerian Ministry of Foreign Affairs brought out a lengthy statement because the public wanted to know more if these strikes from the United States of America was briefed, or perhaps Nigeria was alerted of these particular impending strikes. Now, they brought out a statement here, as you can see on the screens, the Nigeria United States Security Cooperation and Intelligence Cooperation hits as terrorist targets in Nigeria. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Federal Republic of Nigeria confirms the confirms that Nigerian authorities remain engaged in a structured or unstructured security cooperation with international partners, including the United States of America, in addressing the persistent threat of terrorism and violent extremism. This has led to the precision hits on terrorist targets in Nigeria by airstrikes in the northwest. In line with established international practice and bilateral understanding, this cooperation includes the exchange of intelligence, strategic coordination, and other forms of support consistent with international law, mutual respect for sovereignty, and shared commitment to regional and global security. Now, it further goes on to say here that Nigeria reiterates that all counter-terrorism efforts are guided by the primacy of protecting civilian lives, safeguarding national unity, and upholding the rights and dignity of all citizens, irrespective of faith or ethnicity. Terrorist violence in any form, whether directed at Christians, Muslims, and other communities, remains an affront to Nigeria's values and to international peace and security. The Nigerian government continues to work closely with its partners through established diplomatic and security channels to weaken terrorist networks, disrupt their financing and logistics, and prevent cross-border threats, while strengthening Nigeria's own security institutions and intelligence capabilities. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs will continue to engage relevant partners and keep the public informed through appropriate official channels. And this was signed by Kimi Ebi Imotimi Ibianfa. He is the spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Nigeria, which this particular the date for this particular letter is today, the Friday, the 26th of December 2025. So this is exactly what is really going on. And then there are a lot of questions because people are asking what is really next. Now, before then, we were playing a video as to this particular update and some of the concerns that many Nigerians have been raising, because the question that many Nigerians are raising is that, okay, now that this has been done, what is next? Because US President Donald Trump is actually promising hellfire if nothing is being done to stop these kind of terrorists who have been basically perhaps evading or torturing the various people in the north, east or northwest of Nigeria. So this is exactly what is really going on. We'll be giving you more updates as all of these various events continue to unfold in terms of the strike, or perhaps the update after US President Donald Trump claimed, or perhaps not claimed, is confirmed that the US have successfully bombed certain parts of Nigeria, especially targeting those who are terrorists. We're giving you more updates as all of these various events continue to unfold. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Minuka say he should be on very much high alert, because concerns if Ghana for be ho air patches. There is an influx of Ghana certain nationals pouring into Ghana, and over the past few months, we've seen videos on social media. Your border, the northern part of Ghana's border, people just walk in, people just walk out, and many people, especially Nigerians, Burkina Faso, and those from Niger, Mali, without going through any vigorous steps. And we are even learning that some immigration officers, when the people enter into the people cross through the border, all that they do is they just charge 120 cedis, and 120 cedis equivalent in safer near across, and this is not right. We know because this is here nipa backwards on also ordinary no ababe to same way mu all parties say sena niema kon enye, and the government of Ghana should do something about this, because I just say the question no ebeha nipa American asemi Sadiq Adams. They got a video of what he's saying and answer some of the concerns and based on investigation or what he's noticed about the influence of these foreign nationals pouring into the country, and also kahon and certain criminal activities is on the rise in this particular country.
Immigration for corruption dokro mododo muka ubina krono tan obi awuram atra border 3-4 ache omo kwan omo fa so mra matrices ka okroma Abidjan ha ya untumi tra kwa ho ska Abidjan ada no mudu Togo omo nyina omo free Niger ada no mudu Togo omo nyina. Ghana you lose too much, Obesha yesi ache kromfo omo se onya Ghanaian. Omo kutatuo omo nka Ghana kasa. Na wo kasa akura we a wabetena ha. Watena ha 4 years. Obi kunu kwan ho o recruit ni say wo stresses ka mama 1,000 cedis a month yen kwa amrobri a onko. Oni Ghana ni bia wo kun obi a onfa ho. Ono oni compassion for anybody. Until ukrom kasa kura no aka se me pa ache o menkume. Until the consequences of actions of immigration now mote border ne so a corruption and bribe adokro musika sre adokro mo no mo na mo be suffer mo family be suffer the consequences of their moye no ya boka the taxpayers money a fly Niger fo nyina akom krom omo high commissioner omo embassy abeka kire say omo nim ho hwe mo obi anko ne krom omo bampo omo nko omo embassy ho because omo ye unapproved citizens. Ghana immigration for the buses ama Ghana 2 years card mako back 1 month later. Na Ghana immigration for ya asan bie border ama omo say momra small money. Am robbery ne ndema ekoso yi bebrebe. Ne recruit omo na they say jihadist for omo to bomb ne ndema omo kidnap nipa yi. Sa nipa bia no mo recruit omo. Because ono wope bibi na adie wonim obi a Ghana na wo ka se me mete Ghana ha na oma mituo se memfa nko mikrom ya amfo menko adroba menko dua nkwanta menko ku asorefo ana menko ku nkramofo ameko obi animi ho asori ni kra wo se menko ku na akramoni a wo se menko tutuo ho no wo behwe na me wofa wo onim hwan wo ma ni tuo se wonku onim compassion bia mo ya dia mo nwene ho sika 200 300 mebusa wo mo ne 20 cedis no moje per person na obi atua momo omo se momfa wuram ha na fa ha dia bia ye boss bi nti ase e dan kakra obesisi dia awu agya ne honti say minus muntaka next year one fa wona yan si form and to immigration for no so sawo border na oman na niam abone niam a ye de kraba enubone ashawofo omo bagi na omo fa play na eba na obi obo ashawo or the play be dey and kwada 13 14 years na say Nigeria for your mochi omo ukọ northern region ho a border no bi wo ho adenti na busa ho say muntie mi yo bokin friend say Cote d'Ivoire badukrom gonokrom adan ye nte so omo fa ho Cote d'Ivoire for no migration no quarantine wonni bia say ya ma wa approve adwuma we na akoye wo Ghana wonni bia obetima cross aba adan no omo fa gonokrom ma Cote d'Ivoire for no abane sa niema ni nyina bagana dia ya omaya as a free na da ebete so atese wo kroma no yewu sa da ye se jihadis for yatima recruit nkrofo ya omo de omo ni maame ni papa okroma e na omo tia omo ni mo bia omo ntia kasa se omo nkoto bomb omo nkoto tutuo waso yewu ni nyina so free Ghana immigration so obi bewura adwuma ha na security anchekene no ma ni wura ma won ye bebo na chi wadwuma ne sa o block entrance of unapproved persons. Ghana immigration for mu ye nim guase dodo, mu ye corrupt dodo. Mu ye too corrupt Ghana immigration. Mu ye too corrupt. And me make us ye chi immigration ni bi so age 20 cedis a. Ye be di echi am ye yinadi. Ye be kama ye yinadi a, ombe say o man no. Da bi ani ade she police for because ye research na ye na man ye nkoboda ne so. Omo so ada romana illegal citizens omo nyina wura omanum so omo yo so omo nyo omawuram enti me yakase obi akunipa o Nigeria no abete Ghana me trust police for so ombeche no but me trust immigration for so ombema nipa na wuram de hianso omo me da me see immigration for me corrupt police me based on what I have witnessed Ghana immigration omo ye corrupt as an institution Ghana police. By your research na ye police na ye ni omo omanum no enkade enti na ubehu dru krom ya twe Niger for over 1,000 de omo firi kronum Niger for ya sa wura sa border kro ima ba omo na me omo ba won change omo ho no aka sa omo address sa omo ye businessmen ntade e sha omo ye no ana omo de ba uhu omo anu wu se nkrofo omo ye money beggars omo ye street beggars mesimu amo pe no now challenge me. Just drive 120 kilometers, go to Abidjan. For Kronum sa 3 days. Who street beggar so at Kwamu slaves car, bra. Medoka 200 million. Beje. Chabaku pe picture so was slaves car Abidjan. What a loose country.
Actually, for some way and air course, but moving on to another issue. Menoka say ebonowa immigration sense me ebonowa edian ba be pium because yesterday na amanfo believe say ebonowa ehyen kom say yankopon beba 25th December no. There are certain people are no more efi other countries efa border no super report eba kunu na video how hwe no one person will fi Nigeria eba ya also be fro arc meanwhile ebonowa na our rapaholic yenhwe video we eba back ebeto aso
in Ghana for Papa we fi Liberia I be drew her anapa we anapa ye hu so si ha sei ba ye hu ne ope so ba be fu ebono wa ark no e no ba ark ni ni papa ye abutu yo mo hu de ebono wa akofa ba o si o fi Liberia obe drew her anapa tutu o si ha sa ye hu so o si abati ni mi senti a ote a and that's it you happening you all the way from Liberia. I be drew Elmina saw before arc no shuniha. And for Mombua papa you no fi Liberia wabeka Elmina or before arc.
Okay. So that was exactly what is really going on. Tebono and Semni there, back to that particular issue later. Menoka say, the Chief Justice, the new Chief Justice report be aba. Mahama set up a constitutional review committee. Beka say ebredi Mahama see super no ka say constitutional was see a shemuni bibifa ho. Until set be a CRC, which is a constitution and the constitutional review committee. Ambeshania amending nema because emre ekoni nibi no na niema esesa enka ne niema bi entimi ye enka ne bibi a yin etimi ye na enwo se ye ne and also looking at how the world has changed, we need to position our constitution to make sure say a bit favor how and the current stance of the world. And based on this, Constitution Review Committee, they brought out a whole lot of recommendations, saying that the presidential term should be increased from 4 to 5 years. The EC boss, the term, 1 term, 10 years. Aside from that, to a whole lot of a year way by, in fact, to the fact that a year ministers will say appoint you or money, will say a carpet somewhere at 51 in Sembibri. But me no kasa nipa ono so ni dia ba be pie sa Constitution Review Committee was the Chief Justice. Now, according to reports at Banosha, or suggest in the Ghana's Constitutional Review Committee proposes that the Chief Justice serve or must serve 1 term, 1 year, and must serve 1 10-year term only and retire at 70, whichever comes first. It also recommends retirement at 70 for Supreme Court and Appeal Court judges and 65 for High Court judges. According to what we are learning near patches, based on the Constitutional Review Committee, some of the by no more patches say, we are appointed as a Chief Justice and Canada and Albert Nasses are a fibor or Pimta Mobibuno and a Supreme Court judge or Bet Nasses are a fibor or Pimta Mobibu this time around. Ye ma 1 term pay after the 1 term. Which is 10 years, I was so and retirement age, I was say somewhere 70 years. It's by 70 or so retire. Time or so time is you 70 years. I was so retire. And for High Court judges, I was say and also by 65 years. I was so retire. But also you remember 1 term, which is 10 years. Osha has say, I'll say Chief Justice, Supreme Court justices should not exceed 15. Should not exceed 15. This is the Constitutional Review Committee. Don't buy say Chief Justice any a Supreme Court judges the number of people on the bench on once or 15 to show these are some of the recommendations at the end of the day amount will be able about to say this is definitely a good thing and it's something at the end of the day but then quickly I mean really just a portion of how Ghana Web even brought out this particular news. Also, the Constitutional Review Committee recommended that the Chief Justice should hold a position for a single non-renewable term of 10 years, upon which attaining the age of 70, whichever is earlier. It proposed that the Chief Justice retires with full entitlements of the office. It is a Chief Justice whose tenure ends before attaining 70 years could be elected to continue could be elected to continue sitting as a Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Touching on the other justices of the Supreme Court committee recommended that all justices of the Superior Court should hold a tenure until retirement, death, or resignation, whichsoever comes first. It said for justices of the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal, mandatory retirement should be 70 years. So these are some of the things I'm proposing here. Justices of the Supreme Court, the committee recommended that all justices of the Supreme Court should hold their tenure until retirement, death, or resignation. In the party say, see, I need you are capping it to 10 years. Into 10 years, no, Edua, I was aware then, Oko. So 10 years, no, and the 70 years. Into 70 years, no, so we said then you was all retire. Years, 70 years or so retire. And as a ocean and boa, now I don't pay be. So these are part of the mini a year committee report. On what they buy now, this report is basically facing a year. The Chief Justice Osha Nyema Bibri Eba Besisa in the upcoming, and I said in the upcoming years, in terms of how Supreme Court justices they fare in this country. Now this comes at a crucial time. You all saw what really happened with Tokonu, and it's the NDC for put things in place to make sure the lives of ex-President Akufo-Addo do not come and abuse the system, put people at the bench, and ultimately omba beye sebe nkwasi nyema ni nsem hunu. It is say the share constitutions na be ya oba untimi the enye. On this same vein, Ken Ofori-Atta, some MPP members abroad and in Ghana are saying he is not afraid to come to Ghana. So if he is not afraid to come to Ghana, why is he not coming?
Yeah, Ghana for being country President Mahama second Ofori-Atta. He's never afraid to come to Ghana. Somebody should tell President Mahama and his corrupt NDC government. Second Ofori-Atta was brought up from a very decent and a noble home. He came from a royal family. He went to very good school. And he's established one of the most profitable financial organizations in the whole of Africa. Data Bank, go and check their record. Ken Ofori-Atta is a self-made nobleman. He owns funeral homes. He owns insurance companies. Even before coming into government, he is not a politician. Ken Ofori-Atta was brought up properly from a Christian home. So he has never misappropriated a dime of the taxpayers' money. He is not afraid to come to Ghana. But until your government, your useless government and your stupid security agencies learn to respect the rights and the dignity of ordinary citizens, until your useless judges are able to explain and tell Ghanaians, say everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Now, Oman said to near giant ammunitions and cocaine few whilst is away, whilst his little children are there. Soldiers and useless security agencies bundle guns around, ransack his home, and you expect him to come to Ghana, a useless government and running a useless country, because as software doing, civil society organizations are calm because all of them have been corrupted. So you don't know, even judges and Ketise Mutimi making sure say people are treated well. Dubois and his wife were accosted at the airport, bundled like criminals. When no charges had been preferred against them, they were kept more than a month by useless security agencies who don't know. Say everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty. What did you do to Wontumi? Your useless Attorney General is finding it difficult to prefer any charge against Wontumi. After disgracing Dubois and his wife, today Attorney General is changing his mouth when he said that Dubois has stolen $7 million. He bought this, he bought that, he bought that. Now he's saying that even if he's able to prove that Dubois stole once he has done. Look at such a shameless Attorney General. Ken Ofori-Atta comes from a decent home. He's lived a very decent life. He was brought up properly, so he will not misappropriate any state's funds. It was under the policies of Ken Ofori-Atta that Nana Akufo-Addo was able to run the free SHS very successfully to make Ghana's education the second best in the whole of Africa. Look at the way our children are feeling. Such a useless, directionless government. After all the noise you made about Wontumi, you can't establish anything against him. Your useless officials, NDC criminal officials, misappropriated 5.7 billion and 57 trillion of the taxpayers' money. Your Attorney General came to cancel it. said Inam Tamekule, a shameless NDC woman, connived with NDC officials, stole 900 billion of the taxpayers' money. She's in abroad. Your useless Yoko people cannot bring her down to face prosecution after 1 year. Mukoye Dedi about Cecilia Dapa, what happened? You couldn't prefer any charge against Cecilia Dapa. The case has become useless. And there Osasibe, he's still languishing in jail because 800 million Ghana cedi bail condition placed on him when no charge. He has not been found guilty of any crime. How can judges live in this country and behave like NDC branch executives rather than adjudicators of the law? Now, you expect Kenvrata to come. Ken has not prepared. At the end of the day, it is you who are accusing him. So make up a case. Today, your Attorney General says that before they will be able to bring him down, they need to prefer a solid case. You don't have a solid case, yet you call him a fugitive. Such a useless, disgraceful government. Ken Oforiatta on issue that check to some man paying binuan. Ken Oforiatta on evade taxes to some man paying binuan combat me ako jail. On to say MPs be amuji double salary and kete so omuko jail. So Nana Akufo-Addo kaze ye momu and tenase. Such a useless government. You compare yourself to MPP. Ewadibe gumu enimu asi what the maye Ken Oforiatta. Ken will come at the appropriate time. Shame.
For yet to us, now you moving on to the camp of Sammy Jemfi. Sammy Jemfi atadi or Sheno a gold because or a gold board CEO. But then this is definitely not real. But yeah, the atadi we are Sheno social media. This is the picture air trendy. Now it is coming at the back. Reporter Abasisia Air Party says Sammy Jemfi, he being the gold board CEO. Oh wow, and IMF for Eden Carter Biba say gold board as an agency no Jumano Mudino Omaboka. Omaboka $240 million. Now, Sammy Jemfi initially on church on Sembebre, and he said, we need to put this blame on if there's any, if I say, off-taker fees near the idea. Yemfa blame the Emma Bank of Ghana because what the gold board does is just take the gold and give it to Bank of Ghana. Asa, their job ends there. And so, I think in 24 hours, when you say, I post mysteriously, Ayira Sammy Jemfi gold board ana or and I say obo BOG say you blame BOG for the $240 million ayira no ayira o delete and a BOG the Bank of Ghana edit statement eba say losses ne de omuntimi nka ho nsem bebre but issue on say gold board no ma generate scar boy reserves near there. No, so there are three things which is coming off this and be never be to screens. Number one, Bank of Ghana Abe announces say early next year they'll stop doing this trading gold near there. They'll leave everything to gold board. Number two, this same Bank of Ghana must answer in same about to say they are expected to exit IMF by August 2026 next year. And also gold board and also Bank of Ghana, they are saying that now they welcome IMF in some of my camp, but then they welcome constructive criticism. So let's put this on the screens because in Zembibriaba, and there are lots of reactions. Imani Ghana Munina Aba Bekasa. Many people are saying that we've been saying this for years, for months. Say Niema Ekosu gold board hono enye. Beyeka Okokani akaso o time aban ana se sebiu ejuma na NDC aban ne no weni enje wana se bi u obi a u hate on it nti ye de nema bebre ebe to screen so for you to know exactly what is really going on, even what some people are saying. But primarily amanfo bebre party say Sammy Jemfi he should be arrested nti ye nhwe ade we because you see media stations are started come once or say Sammy Jemfi aton sika kokko aboka IMF reports into which way eba ya we'll come back to this, but I want you to concentrate on same way okay says Sammy Jemfi aton good abokano and I say the gold board math what $240 million could buy for Ghana. It's a much near masa kana Sammy Jemfi gold board IMF for say oma bokano sa $240 million almost share what this thing can do. But you see, we know you better back to this later because I really desperately want to look at in sema obiti say Imani Ghana or more compare say next year need the Obibeko jail. Do you has here or say Sami Jemfi in Sawam is a done deal for him in 2029. This came after reports and Joshua also who sells gold and run at losses. But then Yanko a very important figure or also all chess from the look of things and also how a Nema Kono I was say Mahama or did Nini Ayeden or say Oyini na or Shenyama Ekosuye one person you be the corner so Richard Jimfi or say gold board didn't exactly earn $10 billion because now Sami Jimfi previous no church or say gold board generated $10 billion no by say no correct per IMF reports gold board did not exactly earn $10 billion. They got over $100 billion from BOG to buy gold, flipped it into $10 billion forex, and somehow Ghana has short change for $240 million. Sami Jemfi defense. I didn't do it. Ask Bank of Ghana. Sami Jemfi reminds me of Shaggy's hit track. It wasn't me. The future is pregnant. Now, the entire assembly name for all kinds of assembly is because in some way by now Sami Jemfi blame me. He was pointing fingers at the Bank of Ghana. See, our latest tweet, Ama Menuka saying you to say the extension really going on because San Assembly Air Corner also who says Sami Jemfi his job could be at risk. Into Sebio. I was the BCBN, I was the Otimi the Ebekasa. Now this came at a crucial time as a region fee, all out in fact, opposite way shortly after IMF for Babe Casano. On opposite day we say breaking news yesterday the gold board surpassed its 2025 small-scale gold export target of 100 tons, generating over $100 million in foreign exchange for the country, unprecedented. And IMF was hold up. Bema uye mistake ewa hase because in some na okano dodo wana sebiu it doesn't make sense. Now I told you say amount for be akasa in regards with a year in sema akosono. We read some. These are people amuye economists. These are people for the past previous months. They've been warning and say bibi ana nyama na ekoso gold board hono yantenasi yanka wansem ni an stop Sami Jemfi Ghana ebeboka. In fact, people and the NDC people were dismissive of this fact, saying say a propaganda. But then with a year IMF in some media babe to jano, Mitmaka say it is only vindicative say in some nasanko fu kano anka I was see take your serious. Still the Bank of Ghana and also a gold board patch say Ghana for munya abutoyem because they are also investigating and looking into this issue. Now, yebedi kan ko nipa another first person also or didn't same be able to about this whole issue about a gold board and even how I know say losses are bano according to some people if Ghana is any serious country by now Sami Jemfi should either be in two places sacked and as a be in jail. But then it is not me and yamina me decide. Yensha has said the whole screens no so ewa has said we fi Alfred or say call me Alfredo or no ayobia or no so economist or say there have been losses. This is the data provided by government, not something pulled out of thin air. Just as Gold Board claims credit for all positive developments in the country related to forests, the losses should not be downplayed or dismissed as speculative. In our pay patch say losses are back Ghana yaboka because IMF amount now no conjure figures no Gold Board ankasa any Bank of Ghana edit sa document we and now others report we come IMF for say we are in the IMF program, so these particular documents are day in day out. You guys request to assess how we are doing as a country if we're on the right path from I'm of shame na IMF okay to see an your Gold Board your Bank of Ghana, your intervention programs be but then share Gold Board off taker fees na cost Ghana ka $214 million in just a span of 8 months, which means a transfer within a space of even 3 years. Ghana beboka and a good boyeka $1 billion. And our party says, IMF in the past, Ghana's economy is now doing well. Mahama in implementations or there to join Buano. Na omobo a gold board in the Bank of Ghana baso no many agents. Sasu na nipa na obo abaso no or can was a man so tiawa I was a wuti, and that is exactly what this particular man is saying. So we shouldn't dismiss this or make this a political statement. Also, we do not label forest inflows as speculative simply because they have not been audited. You cannot claim credit for the positive and then quickly dismiss the negative. The same thing happens when the environmental costs through galamsey are mentioned. That's not how honest and comprehensive analysis works. Osanso to also said, most importantly, what lessons will be learned? Most importantly, what lessons will be learned to reduce these losses going into the new year? Whether Gold Board fully takes over the value chain with 279 million seed capital allocated in the 2025 budget, the CEO agreed with me that if the current pricing model of buying at a premium and selling at a discount does not change, the seed capital will quickly be depleted. The Gold Board must succeed, and that success must be measured properly, not by cherry picking good news stories while discounting undesirable outcomes. He was actually reacting to Bright Simmons. In summer, Bright Simmons ekan wahasi ana all patches say afisia pa o manche gold bossu asami jimfi, you have forced me out of my bronya break anyways, all for Ghana. And also obet share na adrian all patches say gold board the omo yene say omuto gold na boarding according to a year Alfredo no omuto gold na boarding am no ma ba beton gold no a discount inti sika anka omudi ye business no abroni betimaka say working capital the only starting business no it is being depleted because it's like you are not working at a profit, you are working just to keep the business, the profits in there make it. And in fair no, because of operational costs anyhow Niema air cost on hidden costs no, you tend to run at a loss, and that is exactly what IMF is saying here. Now, young question in Sema na yenko tie in Sema Imani Ghana Bright Simmons or the Tuja or Tron Yema be brave, but then we'll just read a bit of it. Near moving on to other important news and also air course right here on this particular platform. Into share the whole screens we saw and the other two screens so in a better. This is coming from Bright Simmons. Or say Afisha pa manche asami jimfi and a gold bossu manche sami jimfi. Or say you force me out of Bronya break. Anyway, all for Ghana. One, the IMF report is emphatic that there have been losses. They even detail which program generated which loss. Have you perchance read the report? I have attached it again. And Bright Simmons air party say IMF reports on the buy a gold board under the leadership and the auspices of Sami Jimfi. It has made a loss, and we shouldn't downplay this too. The IMF say the losses arose from transactions with small and artisanal miners indoor gold. And IMF air party say one more mutunton gold in bit and pieces no omo and amo causes our losses no in terms of a year sa optical fees. 3, there is a law which has made you the gold bossu of Ghana. No. I said there is a law which has made you the gold bossu of Ghana. No. Only you are allowed to buy door gold from small scale artisanal miners in Ghana. Today you do that on behalf of the Bank of Ghana only because they have the cash. The only way losses can arise is the buying and selling size of transaction. And I also say, gold board nankasa no 2 million Bank of Ghana the more say munto gold na mo fambre. That is it. But Esan say niema being kitin ekoso on the side no in terms of transactional fees niema and nunta na masa losses we ever. You read this last 2 because of niema be brave. We have to move on to other matters. Or these 4, 5, and 6 in years and fees. Or say 4. You recall that you and I have been having this banter for months. You keep refusing to release information on your trades. Now the IMF has confirmed that you have confirmed what we've been saying for months. Into according to Bright Simmons, no, Omo Dike who said gold was Sami Jimfi no or ye juma na or ye no enye. And he's been saying this. They are more pumpis can Ghana your forest to stabilize the seed. No, it is not good. They are more yet small scale mind to good to enrich our reserves and transcend it into dollars to pump into the system. No, that is not economics. And Bright Simmons and Imani Ghana and other people have been talking about this for months. You can't ask me for about Akufo-Addo imperialists, the Baumia factors, not or church on some air touting the wings. But now IMF in autonomous or perhaps a body it runs on its own. Okay, no one precious is and also being control. No, on one of these same be about to just say IMF land didn't say my gold board is running at a loss. If IMF is saying it's not IMF or MPP NDC ni na ono no oye international known body of Buankrofwa. Only one now work as a confwa. And that is exactly what Bryce Simmons is saying. I say 5. If we shouldn't trust the IMF on these losses, when they have an agreement with government to collect information directly from the government, then why should we trust anything else they say about the economy, including the good stuff? Should we discount the IMF's position that the economy is recovering too? And more party, NDC 4B party, so when you know, IMF reports in a vague, empty, she and tro. Politically motivated. No parties are fine. What the other canning now? But more parties say IMF reports on if it's politically motivated and a idea enya. Or no Bryce Simmons person will be our questions. Number 1, if you are saying this, does it mean say IMF Obeka say Mahama the intervention programs are all yen elboa Ghana no and also yen kase enya no kre. Obeka said Ghana is now recovering from economic mess. And also Obo Abayana Baso for a year how it has been disciplined, but because of fiscal discipline and also So if you are saying that all the good things that IMF said about the government, your president, and your ministries, no, and no the far and I said no the waka and a waka the bakwa ya enye and I'm saying no enya no kra. Does it mean say Papa no can now so enya no kra na? That is the question now. Bryce Simmons Abisa. 6. Also, you have the role audits. Also, you have the role of audits wrong, Manche. It is not the duty of auditors to prepare the financial statement. It is the duty of management, or more strictly, the directors. If there have been losses disclosed to the IMF, it can only be because there are management accounts disclosing these or those losses. Sami Jane some of the say, oh, you be my auditor. Sami Jane Timi my auditor be and shame, Debbie. Because as an institution, also what directors are, they will make sure that they are going through your books, they are scrutinizing your records, they are auditing everything you do to make sure that at the end of the day, they are because there might be something which might escape you. And according to Bryce Simmons, this is exactly what they've been saying for several months. Says Sami Jemfi, Gold Board, or Boganaka, he's running at a loss. The way he's doing things is not good. Okay, no, I bet typing near social media, Twitter, saying Akufo-Addo imperialist. And also, one of the things you also note here is the fact, say, this same Gold Body and maybe a trim, no, the IMF Beka says, some more pompis ka eshe Ghana, your forest near, how I your foreign currency, this forest stream to be quite to be changed to dollars to see this name and yamano. How I need this as kind of eshe forest to make sure that see the no be stable to the dollar, no, the same IMF was warning and say, and yet, and then. BOG one kasa records their common IMF HSA eka eba. Anytime obi etro say Sami Jemfi jail awaits you. Sami Jemfi jail awaits you. In the same way na airco. Now, before I bet to us no, and before you bet call the next issue. Now I want to put this on the screens. I was telling you, say, on the report about say, $240 million losses no. Gold board they making a bit my name be brave. Into share. Also, the IMF says $240 million was lost in 9 months. Here is what the money could actually do. Or say that here's what money actually looks like on the ground. Into $240 million. We in a bit my number 1. 70,000 plus teachers for a year. Also, the average degree holding teacher earns about 4,000 cedis a month. The law school have paid annual salaries of over 70,000 teachers. In this case, a bit meet you over 70,000 teachers. Again, 85,000 plus nurses for a year. An average, also with an average diploma nurse earning 3,300 cedis a month, we could have employed over 85,000 nurses. This will have effectively cleared the backlog of unposted nurses twice over. It is at $240 million here. Okay. Nurses in bit meet 85,000. 1.1 million students loan allowances. The 2025 budget allocated $683 million for teacher and nursing trainee allowances. This $240 million loss is 5 times the entire national budget for trainee allowance. The teacher trainee allowance, our government pay at 683 million cedis, not dollars, no. Says your party say $240 million, which will convert here, and then somewhere like 20 billion or so, no. See 20 billion cedis, no. Teacher training allowance is 683 million yen no. Says cano, I am boka a good board, no. And can beat me to home play 10 times. Again, I say 12 to 13. I'm taking it from the top to the down, from the left top to down. See, you follow me. I say 12 to 13 district hospitals. Based on Agenda 111 cost, each hospital will cost around 16.8 million. We could have built over a dozen fully equipped hospitals. And here, party say, in summer and good board or more losses, no. Hospitals and kekasi you see a bit missy based on Agenda 111. Almost 12 hospitals, a dozen. Also has 40 modern secondary schools. 40 plus modern secondary schools. A standard E-block style school costs roughly $5 million. We lost enough to build one in each district in a region. And our pass out $240 million here. Gold board. Elusi. 40 plus modern secondary schools. But we've lost the money. Again, 2 private presidential class jets. I don't know why they added this. Omo Pacha say, while a custom Boeing is $300 million plus, high-end long-range jets like pre-owned Falcon 900 ES go for $10 million. We lost a whole fleet. And all parties say, Ghana says, I lose it through gold bank. Beat him that taught a whole private jets and now 2 presidential jets because back we 300 million, back we 10 anchor. You beat him out to 24. Beneshe. 27 large-scale factories under the 1D, 1F, or one district, one factory initiative, 1D, 1F initiative. Medium to large-scale factories like a Kumfi juice factory often require 7 to 8 million initial financing. And you say, all of these things are across, you know. And you can see the C factories, and you beat him the C factories in 27. Because a Kumfi factory now, it costs around $8 million to produce it. In the end, the mass now, and Kabitimi, ye basic factories in Kwankasa, $240 million losses, and Kabitimi see 27 a year. Your friend is a large scale factories. And also, to say, one new international airport terminal, the world class terminal 3 at KIA, Kotoka International Airport, was funded the 120 million facility. We could have built nearly 2 of those. And if I say, Sa airport is here, Kotoka International Airport, yeah, the $120 million when they see here, and Kabitimi edit 241 million. AC 2 airports. Two. But Sami Jimfi, man in gold, or no other romantic yaboka. So that is exactly reporter Eba. Most people are saying Sami Jimfi. If MPP comes back bad year, Obeko jail. Don't take my word for it. Amount for Airca. So let us know what you think in the comment section. What do you think about all of these things at Airco? So boy, the boss Sami Jimfi said, "Wa ma." Ghana gold board aboka because at the end of the day, you know, or no, Niama no, no, and across losses. What do you think about this? Do you think the IMF reports, you know, wrong as some NDC4 speculating and as I said, you idea as a country, you know, we should take a very serious look at. What do you think about all of this particular issue? Moving on, currently, Burna Boy is trending. So recently, Burna Boy was in the country. He joined the likes of Sarko de Shatawale for the GTCO concert, and the whole place was shut down. But then today, he's done something that even in Ghana here, together with other parts of the world, US and UK, he's trending because Burna Boy have successfully, seeded $100,000 in cash to pay for people who can't afford to pay their hospital bills, especially pregnant women, and also people who have been imprisoned and fined. Now, this came after he met a very dark man, and then a whole lot of things happened. Because Burna Boy ultimately had to even go to prison or to the prisons to make sure that this particular money will have been used effectively to release or to aid the release of these prisoners who have been imprisoned, and also the pregnant women. Most people who've given birth who can't afford to pay their maternal fees for them to be basically taken out of the hospital or to be discharged. Burna Boy have also seeded another $50,000 to make sure all of these people will come out. So we'll take a look at the video, the whole voice and everything behind it. And this is something that many people are applauding Burna Boy for, because this is exactly what we want to see, and it's something that all of us, or perhaps most of his fans, are hailing him for. So let's take a look at this particular video. When we come back, we will continue with an update about Two-Face Idibia.
All right, so I suppose they're Abuja now. They plan for the Rattle party for Abuja. So after we finished, yesterday Burna was at Benny Kukru for Baramatu, for Delta State. So yesterday we were there. Then he came to Lagos. Me, I did on my way to go to Abuja. When he called me that I wanted to do something real quick, I said, okay, what do you want to do? Now I came to Lagos. Burna Boy gave me $100,000. Now this $100,000, not before make I chop. He said there are a lot of people in prison that needs to be freed. Now, knowing fully well, me, myself, I know, say some people now 20,000, 50K, 30K, and then they put them for prison. For years now, they don't do prison, they never feel come out because of this small amounts. So imagine how far this would go to. So he said $50,000. $50,000 is equivalent to like 74 million. Let's say 75 million now. So 75 plus 75, let me do the math. Math 150. Yeah. So he said this other 50,000, I should just go and clear hospital bills for a lot of people. Now, this will go a very, very long way. You understand? So, ODG, I will not collect this money from you. This one, maybe I'll collect. But this prison own, I think we should go to the prison together to go and do it there. Make you give for there so that they will pull them out. So, we're on our way to the prison. Peace and love. Let's go.
Come inside, please. Come inside. 7 people. Please come inside. 7.
This is for the people in prison, like just only Lagos from the future for that one. Down to Abuja, down to anywhere, just that free some people. Because people are in the prison for, like I said, in the office, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 and all that.
Still spending Christmas, New Year, where the money is spending. Where he's giving you the money, I'm not there.
Yes, I'll collect the money. No. Give me.
This guy knows.
No, make I go collect that now. No, you don't want to see.
I came here.
You see, this is the money.
You are the one that turned my plan.
Nobody knows.
This is your own plan.
Wow.
My own plan was to come here and
Thank God for the plan.
and
I want to appreciate God because you have it at the back of your mind to set some people on fire. And as it is, one, today is public property. Secondly, just like I told you, it's not here that we initiate it. It's not. So, I want to appreciate you.
Thank you very much. That's just a job we don't know. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. We'll make sure
Snap me.
Yes.
No.
Okay, only.
I've said,
yes.
If you have to do this thing,
thank you.
pass through the controller. No problem. Controller will now direct your request to Abuja, who will finally give but it's not done here. No problem. That is now we need it. Thank you. God bless you.
Get the picture? Yeah, go on.
Sorry. You guys are stealing my shine now.
Yay!
They said they still have to.
My bro. Sorry, G.
No. Capture me.
No, I'm the staff. Yeah, I'm the staff.
I'm going to have.
I'm going inside.
Are you back? Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going inside.
Thank you.
Hello. Are you back from there like this?
All right, so we just got back from the prison. Sadly, they said we have to go through a lot of protocols, and Burna Boy didn't know. I also didn't know. I thought we just need to go and pay, calculate the money, pay, call Aboki, transfer the funds. He transfer money, we pay for everybody with the go. So apparently, it's not like that. So he has given me the money. It's in my possession. So all I have to do now is to pay the lease, and I go down for all 36 states, because this money not be small money. $50,000 now, 75 million naira. So people, even if you know how many people will come on now, all those fine of 150, 200,000, a lot of people will get freedom to start a new life in 2026. You understand? So people at the prison, wanna smile. What did you want run out for now? It already run out because the money in my hand. Peace and love, don't play. Or if you use the money run away, go start my life abroad. Mona still there, the joke. Don't play.
So after this particular news came about that Burna Boy have done a donation, there's also another news which is also trending on social media in regards with two Baba who have come out to say that he's changed and he's no more. He wouldn't go around impregnating people no more. He said this during a concert. We have the video on file. So this is what Two-Face or two Baba said.
But see, I get confession. I can make this confession everywhere I go now to set the record straight. I don't stop to the do that. I don't stop to the do millennial. I don't stop to the do. I don't stop. I swear, ask anybody now, they will tell you I am innocent. Yeah. So I said, I can tell everybody I must tell you because. Not my in-law now, so what I go explain to them before anything will happen for that. Yo, but man, it's amazing to see you guys out here tonight. I say, it's one love to everybody upstairs, everybody on that side. But you know what? Make some noise for MC. Don't pick it, man. Make some noise. And the result is special healing for this my neighbor. Make some noise for everyone in the building, man. Yo, this man right here, right? I must tell you guys, he's one of the correctest human beings that you can ever deal with, that you can ever fuck with. And no cap, man, this guy. So I love you, maximum respect to you, everyone. It's too much. Oh, they continue our party, they go. I still got plenty story I want to tell them. I don't go entertain all those internet people for you. Me and Natasha don't provide 2 years content to them already, so there's no need to further to. So go there, enjoy ourselves to go. Everybody is back to work, back to business. Back to doing what you know how to do best, man. You understand what I'm saying? So one love to everybody in the building tonight.